Today, I'm going to demonstrate how to use AutoLayout and Interface Builder for Xcode 10. So, why do we use AutoLayout? One reason is that different screen sizes require different frames. In this example, we have a label that is in the bottom right position of this view frame. However, when we run the simulators, we see that the label position is not always in the bottom right position. In fact, for this iPhone 5S, the label is completely off the screen. Also, with auto layout, we don't need to keep track of views that are relative to each other. In this example, we want to set view B underneath view A without auto layout. In order to do so, we will need to use view A's X and Y position to create view B's frame. Plus, whenever view A moves, we will again need to recreate view B's frame. This will get increasingly difficult as more views become relative to each other. Auto layout solves this issue by doing it for us. So, how do we use auto layout? Simply, we need to create constraints for views that are relative to each other. There are three ways to set constraints. The first is the control drag method, which is the method that I will be going over in this tutorial. So go back to your zib, you're going to control click on one of the views, and you're going to release the cursor on the view that you want it to be relative to. When you release the cursor, a menu pops up with all of the constraints. And for this label, we want it to be pinned to the bottom right corner. So you can press shift and you can select the constraints that you want. When you're done, you just click out of the box. You can also bring up the constraints menu by control clicking on the label in the view hierarchy menu. This will actually bring up all of the constraints that are available. This will be useful when either the views are overlapped or they're very small. And now we're going to run our simulator to test it. Previously on the 5S, the label was not present on the screen, but now we can see where it is. Second are the stack, line, pin, and resolve tools. I personally have never used them. I find the control dragging views is just way easier, but if you are interested, I will post the link below for the Apple Docs. And lastly is programmatically. This method is used when the constraints are dynamic. For instance, when the keyboard pops up and we have the text input box, we want the text input box bottom constraint to also increase based on the keyboard height. However, if we're just laying out constraints that will never change, I recommend to just do everything in the zib. And that concludes this tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, just leave it below. Thanks.